Hey gents, in this video I'm going to share my experience with Anson Belt and why their micro-adjustable hole-less belts are pretty much the only belts I wear now. Hey there, I'm Kyle from The Distilled Man. So this channel is all about providing actionable advice for the everyday gentleman. So I'll be honest, until a few years ago, I never really thought about belts that much, which is ironic because it's something that you wear almost every day. Just like most other guys, I wore the standard kind of belt that you could find in any department store. You know, the holes, the pin, nothing really super special about it. But my view on belts changed 2 years ago when I found out about the Anson Belt micro-adjustable hole-less belt. I was at the Minfluential conference and I had a chance to meet David Ferree, who's one of the owners of Anson Belt. David gave me a belt to try out and immediately I loved it. In fact, not long after I actually went and bought another Anson Belt for myself. And then I also ordered one for my dad for Father's Day. And since then, I kid you not, I pretty much only wear Anson Belts these days. I do have one standard like beater belt that I'll wear if I'm out in the yard doing work or something. But otherwise, pretty much these days, I only wear Anson Belts. So in this video, I'm going to share 4 things I love about Anson Belt and why I think their micro-adjustable hole-less belts are better than standard belts. Real quick, I want to give a big thanks to Anson Belt for sponsoring this video and for supporting the channel. So the first thing I love about Anson Belt is, number one, the micro-adjustable technology allows for a much more comfortable fit. So with a normal belt, you basically select a belt that's, close to your waist size, and then you have 5 holes about an inch apart to do any further tweaking, right? And that would be perfect if our bodies came in standard sizes and if they never changed at all. But I think we can all think about times in our lives when maybe we've put on a few pounds or gone the other way, maybe slimmed down a little bit, and suddenly our belt doesn't fit. At that point, we have to decide if we want to make the jump to the next belt hole. And at an inch apart, it actually is kind of a big jump because it usually ends up being either way too tight or way too loose. Rather than having holes, Anson's micro-adjustable belt has a track system on the back of the strap that allows you to make tiny adjustments in 1/4 inch increments. And you don't just have 5 choices, you actually have 30. What I love about this is you can make tiny adjustments on the fly. The truth is our bodies expand and contract throughout the day, so it's nice to be able to make little adjustments here and there to be more comfortable. And I know I've definitely taken advantage of this. Sometimes wanting to let my belt out just a little after a big meal, or if I'm on a long haul flight and I just want to not feel so constricted in my seat. And the nice thing is you can adjust and readjust pretty discreetly. So I don't know if you've ever noticed, but if you try to adjust a standard belt, it's not the kind of thing that you want to do like standing up in the middle of your office. Suddenly people think that you've lost your marbles and you're just about to drop trow next to the copy machine or something. Number 2, since it doesn't have holes, your belt stays nicer longer. So if you look at any old standard belt that you've had for a while, chances are it's probably showing some wear because the way that the pin interacts with the hole on a standard belt actually causes a lot of stress on the leather over time. And of course that wear is never evenly distributed among the 5 holes. Usually it's concentrated in on that one hole that you use day in, day out, until the point where you sort of go up or go down a size, but even then it's usually just concentrated in 1 or 2 holes that look like they've just been utterly brutalized, and they may even start to crack and expand over time. The other thing that can really mess up standard belts over time, and besides the fact that the wear is concentrated in just a few areas, is if you decide to go rogue. And I think you know what I'm talking about. When you're so frustrated that your belt no longer fits, and you decide that no longer will you be forced to conform to this inch-by-inch system, and you, the maverick, the trailblazer, decide to poke your own hole. And for a week or so, you're pretty happy with your decision. Like, no one tells me where to put my belt holes. But then you start to notice how janky that homemade belt hole looks, and now it's starting to crack and expand a little bit. So much for going rogue, huh? But Anson's micro-adjustable belts don't have any holes, so you never really deal with that. There's no pin that's stressing out the leather, there's no holes that are getting stretched out and nasty, and you never have to go rogue and poke your own belt holes because you can make tiny adjustments along the way with the track system that isn't even visible except on the inside of the strap. Number 3, you can mix and match styles. So another thing I love is that Anson Belt buckles and straps are really versatile. So first of all, because they share the same micro-adjustable track, they're one size fits all. So that means you don't have to do the crazy hunt in the department store to find your size anymore. But even more importantly, all the belt buckles are removable. So as long as you stay with the same width of strap, and they come in 1 1/4 and 1 1/2 inch, and you can actually interchange the belt buckles, which is really handy because sometimes depending on how you want to coordinate with your outfit, you might want to wear like a black belt with a gunmetal gray buckle, or other times you may want to wear that same color belt with a different color buckle, like a silver or a gold color. With regular belts, in order to do that, you'd have to keep buying specific new belts for that exact combination you want. But with these, with each new belt you get more and more combinations. Because again, as long as the width of the strap is the same, you can actually interchange the belt buckles. That's why if you're just starting out, I highly recommend that you check out the Anson Belt gift box, because for $99, I think, and free shipping too, you get either 3 straps and 2 buckles, or 3 buckles and 2 straps. So either way, you get 6 entirely different combinations for 6 totally different outfits and different situations. Then as you buy more belts, you just keep multiplying the possibilities. Apparently someone at Anson did the math, and if you look at all the straps and buckles on the site, there are actually 1,400 possible combinations. I mean, that's like way too many options for one person to even contemplate, but still impressive. And finally, number 4, Anson Belt is a family business, and they act like one. So I think one of the things that really sets Anson Belt apart is the way they do business. So they're a family-run company run by a father and son, Frank and David Faree. And I've met both of these guys, and they really, really are passionate about what they're doing, passionate about their product, and they really care about their customers. And if you can believe it, Frank and David still handle nearly all the customer service for the company. So if you dial the number that's on the site, you'll reach Frank. If you reach out on social media or email, you'll reach David. And you know, it's nice because it's the kind of thing that they could have easily outsourced by now, but it's something they choose to do themselves because they want to stay close to their customers. They also offer a lifetime guarantee on the functionality of all their belts, plus a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Anson belts are great if you want to upgrade your belt collection, or if you just want to give them as a gift. Again, I gave one to my dad for Father's Day, and it's great too because you don't even have to know the person's size, since they're one size fits all. Belt strap comes in an extra long length of 55 inches, and you essentially just trim off the excess and then put the buckle over the raw end so you don't even see it. If you think about it, a belt is a pretty fundamental part of your wardrobe. It's something that most of us guys wear nearly every day. So it makes it all the more crazy that, you know, we've been sort of putting up with this simplistic, unforgiving belt technology for so long. I highly recommend checking out Anson Belt. If you haven't experienced the micro-adjustable holeless technology, I think you'll be pretty impressed. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Would you wear a belt like this? Or are you more of a die-hard standard belt kind of guy? Leave me a note in the comments below. If you like this video, please do me a favor, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that by clicking right here. If you want a free copy of my ebook, 48 Hour Gentleman, you can get that by clicking right here. And finally, if you want to just watch another Distilled Man video, you can do that by clicking right here. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.